After Jesus said these things, he went out together with his students to the other side of the stormwater basin of the Kidron. He and his students went into a garden. Judas, the one turning him in, also knew the place because Jesus had gathered there with his students many times. So Judas took the regiment and underlings from the head priests and separatists and came there with lanterns, torches, and weapons. Since Jesus knew everything that was going to happen to him, he went out to meet them. "Who are you looking for?" he asked. "Jesus the Nazarene," they answered. "I am him," he told them. Judas, the one turning him in, had also stood with them. So since he told them, "I am him," they backed up, stumbled on the things behind them, and fell on the ground. Again he asked them, "Who are you looking for?" "Jesus the Nazarene," they said. "I told you that I am him," replied Jesus. "So if you are looking for me, let these people leave." He said this to complete what he had said before, "I didn't ruin any of these that you have given to me." Simon Peter pulled out the dagger that he had and struck the head priest's slave. He cut off his right earlobe. The slave's name was Malchus. "Put the dagger back into its sheath," said Jesus. "The Father has given me this cup to drink. Shouldn't I at least drink it?" The regiment, the commanding officer, and the Jewish leaders' underlings took Jesus into custody and tied him up. First, they took him to Annas. You see, Annas was Caiaphas' father-in-law. He was a former head priest and still had influence. Caiaphas was that year's head priest. It was Caiaphas who was advising the Jewish people that it was to their advantage that one person die instead of the ethnic group. Simon Peter and another student were following Jesus. That student knew the head priest, and so he went into the head priest's courtyard together with Jesus. Peter had been standing outside near the door. So the other student, the one who knew the head priest, went out, talked to the doorkeeper, and brought Peter in. So the doorkeeper, a servant girl, said to Peter, "You aren't also from the students of this man, are you?" That Peter said, "I am not." The slaves and the underlings had been standing there warming themselves around a pile of hot coals that they had made because it was cold. Peter also was standing with them, warming himself. So the head priest asked Jesus about his students and about his teaching. "I have spoken openly to the world," answered Jesus. "I always taught in a synagogue and on the temple grounds where all the Jewish people come together. I didn't hide any of my teachings. Why do you ask me? Ask the people who have heard what I spoke to them. Look, these people here know what I said." When he said this, one of the underlings who had been standing nearby slapped Jesus. "Are you answering the head priest like this?" he said. "If I spoke something bad," answered Jesus, "tell what bad thing you witnessed. If I spoke in a nice way, why did you hit me?" So Annas had him tied up and sent off to Caiaphas, the head priest. Simon Peter had been standing and warming himself. So they asked him, "You aren't also from his students, are you?" That Peter denied it and said, "I am not." One of the head priest's slaves there was related to the slave whose earlobe Peter chopped off. He said, "Didn't I see you in the garden with him?" So again Peter denied it. Right away a rooster crowed. So they led Jesus out from Caiaphas into the Roman palace. It was morning, and they didn't go into the Roman palace so that they wouldn't be contaminated by it. They wanted to eat the Passover later that evening, and they wouldn't have been able to if they had been contaminated. So Pilate came outside to them. "What criminal complaint are you bringing against this man?" he declared. "If this man wasn't doing anything bad, we wouldn't have turned him over to you," they answered. "You must take him and judge him according to your law," Pilate told them. "We are not allowed to kill anyone," said the Jewish leaders to him. Jesus had indicated that he would die on a cross. That is a Roman punishment, not a Jewish one. Jesus' words were fulfilled by the Jewish leaders when they turned him over to the Roman leader to be killed. Pilate went into the Roman palace again and hollered for Jesus. "Are you the Jewish people's king?" he asked him. "Are you asking this on your own, or did others tell you this about me?" answered Jesus. "I'm not Jewish, am I?" Pilate replied. "Your nation and the head priest turned you over to me. What did you do?" "My monarchy isn't from this world," answered Jesus. "If my monarchy were from this world, my underlings would have been fighting to keep me from being turned over to the Jewish people. But now, my monarchy isn't from here." "So, aren't you a king?" Pilate asked him. "You are saying that I am a king," answered Jesus. "I have been born so that I might tell what I witnessed of the truth. I have come into the world for this. Everyone who is from the truth hears my voice." "What is truth?" Pilate told him. Once he said this, he went out again to the Jewish people. "I haven't found even one accusation that he can be charged with," he told them. "But it is a policy with you that I should dismiss one prisoner to you during the Passover. So is it your intention that I would dismiss the Jewish people's king to you?" So they yelled again and said, "Not this man, but Barabbas." Barabbas was a bandit.